Hello students, we are going to discuss the unit 4 of aquatic and environmental microbiology, in which I'm going to cover the introduction to pollution, pollutants, types, sources of the pollutants and effects of pollutants on the ecology, and overview of land, water and air pollution. Later on, in point number 3, global warming, ozone depletion, acid rain, and nuclear hazards. Okay, so let us start with the introduction to the pollution. So, what is pollution? Pollution is the contamination of the environment by harmful substances. It can be caused by various factors, including human activities and some of the natural processes also. Pollution have detrimental effects on the environment, human health, and planet's ecosystem also. So, understanding the causes, the effects, and the measures to control pollution is crucial for ensuring a sustainable future for the generations to come. So, pollution basically, you can say it's a type of contamination, okay, of harmful substances in the environment. So any harmful substances which are mixed in the environment or are released in the environment, okay, will lead to a pollution, and it will have the detrimental effects. Okay, so pollutants જે હોય જ્યારે રિલીઝ થાય એન્વાયરમેન્ટમાં તો એની હાર્મફુલ ઇફેક્ટ થવાની જ છે. પછી પ્લાન્ટ્સ હોય, એનિમલ્સ હોય, એક્વેટિક સિસ્ટમ્સ હોય કે ઇવન હ્યુમન બીંગ્સ હોય, કોઈ પણ હોય, બર્ડ્સ પણ હોય, બરાબર, એની detrimental effects થવાની જ છે. So there are some of the causes which lead to pollution. I have added some of the examples. Okay, first one is the industrial activities. Industries ની અંદર various gases are released during the processes. Various types of heavy metals are used, chemicals are used, green gases are released in the industrial activities, which lead to the pollution. So, industries are one of the significant contributors to the pollution. Examples include factories, power plants, manufacturing facilities, which often release the harmful substances into the air, water, and soil. And these substances can include heavy metals, chemicals, and greenhouse gases. And greenhouse gases. Next one, transportation. We need to transport the goods, or you can say products, from one place to another place. For it, we use vehicles. Let's say if I want to go from Rajkot to Ahmedabad, I will be using buses, car or bike, train, etc., etc. Okay, so this transportation basically is involved in the pollution. So transportation is another major source of pollution, primarily from the vehicle emissions. It may be any vehicles. So first includes the internal combustion engines, which release the harmful gases. Next, it releases particulate matters and other pollutants into the atmosphere. And this contributes to the air pollution, climate change, and variety of respiratory problems. Next, agriculture pollutants. So as such, you may be thinking, how can agriculture increase the pollution? So for example, if you are overusing fertilizers, you are using pesticides, herbicides. So pesticides, herbicides, insecticides are basically harmful substances which the kill the living organisms. Okay, so it leads to decrease in biodiversity, and some of these pesticides, etc., have heavy metals in it, which in long term can biomagnify and may and can be harmful to environment and human beings also. Okay, so in agriculture, some of the practices were pesticides, fertilizers, herbicides can contaminate soil and water bodies. And also, huge amount of animal waste from the livestock can also contribute to the water pollution and greenhouse gas emissions also. Next one, economic effects. Okay, so due to pollution, there will be a negative impact on the economy. Okay, it affects the industries, it affects the tourism, it affects the agriculture. Okay, so for example, in the case of industries, there will be deterioration of the product in the longer term. You would not like to visit a place where there is pollution, so it affects the tourism. Okay, as already you are using high amount of fertilizers, insecticides, something like that, and these pollutants will slowly enter the plant system and in the food as well, so it will also affect the agriculture. So this leads to increased healthcare cost. So એનાથી આપણે બીમાર પડીએ છીએ. ટોક્સિક સબસ્ટન્સ આપણે યુઝ કરીએ છીએ એની સાથે કોન્ટેક્ટમાં આવીએ છીએ, બીમાર પડશું. લોંગ ટર્મ ઇફેક્ટ્સ છે જ, અમુક તો શોર્ટ ટર્મમાં ઇફેક્ટ પણ વધારે જોવા મળી જાય, જ્યાં વધારે એક્સેસ એમાઉન્ટની અંદર હર્બિસાઇડ્સ ને બધું યુઝ થતું, ઇન્સેક્ટિસાઇડ્સ ને યુઝ થતું હોય. લોંગ ટર્મની અંદર પ્રોપર્ટી ડેમેજ પણ થઈ શકે એન્ડ વિલ લીડ ટુ રેડ્યુસ્ડ productivity. So next, it will affect the human health. Okay, pollution can have detrimental effect on human health, causing respiratory problems, cardiovascular diseases and cancer. And it may also lead to allergies, skin irritations and a variety of other health issues. So human health, it will be affected. Okay, to be specific, it will be affected due to the pollution. For you will have problems in breathing. In the longer term, you may develop a cardiovascular disease. Some of the carcinogenic chemicals, when you are exposed, may lead to cancer. So, some of the, for example, you may have skin irritations when there is more dust in the air, more amount of pollutants in the air, okay, which will lead to health issues. So, also lead to environmental degradation also. So pollution damages the ecosystems and wildlife habitats. It leads to acid rain, ozone depletion, climate change, and the biodiversity loss. And pollution also affects the water quality and soil fertility. Okay, so you can say the pollution is an undesirable change in the physical, in the chemical, or the biological characteristics of our air, water, and land that may or may will be harmful and affect the human health. Or you can say an addition or excessive addition of certain materials to the physical environment. Okay, for example, water or land, making it less fit or unfit for life. You can term it as